What if I told you the richest person in the room is often the worst dressed one? Not sloppy, just invisible. No flashy logos. No screaming brands. Just simple clothes that look almost forgettable. Why would someone with unlimited money choose to look like they shop on a random Tuesday sale rack? Now flip the scene. Scroll social media or walk through a mall. Who looks rich? The guy in a logo-covered hoodie, gold-plated belt buckle, designer print from head to toe. But here's the paradox. The louder the outfit, the lower the likelihood of actual wealth. Strange, right? Why do people with money whisper, while people without it shout? This is the hidden status game. Clothing isn't just fabric, it's a language. Some people speak it fluently. Others are being spoken through. And most don't even realize they're part of the conversation. Here's how the system works. Entry-level luxury items, logo tees, belts, caps are the fashion industry's most profitable products. They cost almost nothing to manufacture, but sell for hundreds. Why? Because you're not buying cloth. You're buying a signal, a shortcut, a social badge that says, respect me. Think about it. If a shirt costs $100 but costs $15 to make, what did you actually pay for? Not quality, not durability. You paid for permission to wear a brand's name across your chest like a walking billboard. Congratulations, you funded their advertising department. Meanwhile, truly wealthy people signal differently. They don't signal to everyone. They signal to each other. Subtle tailoring, fabric weight, stitch density. I watch only collectors recognize. Their signals are quiet because they're not trying to convince the crowd. They're communicating with insiders. There's even a term for the opposite strategy, counter-signaling. That's when someone powerful deliberately looks ordinary. It sends a message. I don't need symbols to prove status. It's the psychological equivalent of whispering in a room where everyone else is yelling. So why do people still chase loud luxury? Because insecurity is profitable. The more someone doubts their status, the more they crave visible proof of it. Brands know this. That's why the loudest products are the most marketed. They aren't selling clothing. They're selling reassurance. But here's the brutal math. Spend $500 on a logo item today, and in 10 years it's worthless. Invest that same $500, and it could multiply. One choice buys attention for a day. The other buys freedom later. Which one actually looks rich? There's also a psychological trap called the spotlight effect. People think everyone notices what they wear. In reality, everyone is too busy worrying about themselves. That expensive logo you bought to impress strangers, they didn't even register it. Luxury brands understand growth math. To stay exclusive, they must look rare. To make profit, they must sell volume. So they split their world in two. Ultra-expensive runway pieces almost nobody buys, and mass-market logo items everyone can. The fantasy at the top sells the product at the bottom. So how do you step out of the game? Start simple. If someone can read the brand from across the street, it's not style, it's advertising. Choose pieces people compliment, not pieces people recognize. One signals taste, the other signals spending. Second rule: buy luxury only when assets pay for it. If your investments generate the money, enjoy it. If your salary barely covers it, skip it. That single rule flips you from consumer to strategist. Final thought: real status isn't worn, it's owned. The quietest outfit in the room might belong to the person who owns the building you're standing in. And that's the kind of wealth no logo can imitate. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns that change how you see money, status, and the world around you.